When Hunter was 8 or 9 years old, I asked her a question that I was afraid to know the answer to, but I felt compelled to ask her anyway. And the question was, do you wish I stayed with your dad? Without hesitation, she said, no. Whew. I was relieved. It's not that I could have done anything about it anyway, if she had answered in a different way. But I tried to, as a parent, to check myself. I'm still waiting on a conversation with her about my failures as a parent, because we all have things, right? We all have things. We have things with our own parents, and so why would we have things with us? So I want to have that conversation with her one day. So anyway, with just, not staying with her dad, one of the things I did towards the end of the marriage, I let Hunter see the arguments. I let her see that. She was young. I think I left when she was 4. I think I filed for divorce when she was 4. 1998, November 13th. So why did I let her see the arguments? Not, I let her see what was age appropriate that I felt that she could handle. Because I did not want her to, always carry, because kids do, and they say, I'm responsible for my parents. It's because of me that they didn't stay together. Hunter didn't have that. Because she saw that clearly we should not be married. So I think that's important, because sometimes what happens is if a child doesn't see that cycle of rupture and repair in a relationship, they don't learn how to repair. They don't learn. And they just think everything is supposed to be okay. And if it's not okay, then guess what? It's my fault that it's not okay. So the child begins to blame themselves. And so I didn't want that. So I let her see some of the arguing. Yeah. And so if you're a parent or grandparent, let them see the arguing. As long as it's like age appropriate. Don't, you wouldn't expose a 2-year-old to all this screaming and shouting or anything like that. But maybe a little raised voice, and then to come together with a hug or something, but let them see that. Model that for them, because that can be beneficial in other areas. So if they, have a friend at school, kindergarten, and they get mad and they don't know how to navigate. They don't know what that looks like. So they're watching you for cues. So let them see the rupture and the repair. They shouldn't just see the rupture, because they don't know how to navigate that. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, that's something that comes up. And I think that, those of us who lived in the 60s or were children of the 60s, there's this mask, and it's like, oh, we can't, share things. And that's why it bothers me when people, especially, whose parents may have grown up in the church in the 60s, and they witness that hypocrisy, and they're like, I'm not having anything to do with the church, because behind closed doors, my parents were something different. And I don't blame them. So what I'm saying is, let them see the truth, as long as it's age appropriate. And that's a good thing.